Hey guys, it's Max. How's everyone doing this morning? Welcome to the Daily YieldMax'er. We're going to go over the Alti trades and also the YieldMax universe. Alti is a YieldMax product, so we'll check out the buffer report, and then we're also just going to check out the other index funds as far as the buffer report goes, of course. Let's start with the YieldMax kind of buffer report. Now, the blue line is if their call spread, their opportunistic call spread is in the money or out of the money. And I think it's the last day we're going to see the blue line. It's not really telling us that much. We obviously want all the call spreads to be in the money. Okay. The fact that they're out of the money now doesn't really tell us anything because lots of these were in the money yesterday and have been rolled. This blue line's meaningless and is taking me extra time. I took like 3 hours to make this report, 2 hours last night and an hour this morning. And it's just, I'm going the wrong direction. It's not worth it. I'm out of the spreadsheet business and doing other stuff now. So I'm not going to have time to, and this Alti, a commenter that I really like asked me if I could put the dates of the trades in Alti down. And so I tried to, I looked at that because I'd like to make everyone happy. And so, of course, I'm a people pleaser. I've always been. So yesterday and today I tried it. I kept track of what they're actually doing because not that big of a deal, or actually that is what YieldMax did. That's their trades that's just from last night. That's one day's work. That's what YieldMax did. They rolled on Tesla. They rolled out to the 320 for the 15th. On NVDY, they rolled to the 155 for the 15th. These guys all had options that expired the 8th. Infly rolled out too. I mean, really all of these did. I just don't know that to me, there's not really much value in knowing that. But the Alti stuff is interesting just because insofar as the fact that Jay does an exotic strategy. Or, that trade he did on Netflix that I've adopted and called the loaded dice trade and taught it to you guys. It's a really cool trade. So I get value in that kind of stuff, but I don't need to know that he took off half the position and rolled it out to next week. I mean, I'm going to watch that stuff, but I don't know we need to have a paper record of it. It's too much work. I'm out of the spreadsheet business. So we're going to get into bigger stuff. When I get bogged down on stuff like this, not because I really like the commenter that asked if I could put the dates of the Alti trades. And not only can I not put the dates, I don't think I'm going to keep doing the trades. I don't think we need to. It's just too much work. Then I got up and worked for another hour this morning, and of course it's still not right. Here's all I think we need to know, or all I'm going to be able to tell you. The Altiverse right here. These are all the stocks in the Altiverse. I think it's interesting that we added a new stock to the Altiverse yesterday, COHR. We can talk about that. It's now in the Altiverse. And we can even talk about this is the kind of trade they have on. I mean, this I might keep doing, just what kind of trade they have on, but the strikes and when they roll it, to me, that's not important. I mean, yeah, of course it's important. We'll see it in the bottom line. The market makers and authorized participants, they keep track of all these option trades and they pay a data scientist to do it, and they sync it automatically. They probably use AI. So they just have it done. They come in the morning and they just have it. If I had it, yeah, I would just tell it to you guys. But for me to generate, what they're doing or something, it's just, I'm just not going to have that time. Because I wanted to get a new video out. I wanted to take Jackson on a walk this morning, and both of them I've had to put off, or I'm just probably not going to get done. So anyway, it's just not important to me, but I'm sorry to my commenter. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to do this update anymore. So from now on, we're just going to look at the Altiverse, talk about any new stocks that went in, COHR went in. Okay, boy, that's badass. Not only that, they went in and COHR right here first. So I thought I wrote it. See, and I didn't even when I try to do something, it's not done right. I mean, COHR I mean, I swear I did this morning, but anyway, COHR. So now I have to go back and remember what they did. And I don't mind maybe focusing on one trade and putting it in here. And I did this with COHR so we could see what they're doing. So this is a caller. It's an interesting trade. Jay bought 800,000 shares of this company at $99. Now, they had earnings yesterday. But so he bought it after earnings. That's interesting to me. And he put on a caller. So what he's playing for is it to go up or not to go down more than 2.5%. Because of the covered call component gives him the 2.5% downside buffer. The covered call component also paid for the put, which caps his downside loss. Under 91, he's not on the hook for any more loss. This kind of trade saved Jay's ass yesterday. What was that? Where did it save Jay's ass yesterday? I think it was. He had a caller on in phase also. This was it. The caller saved his ass. His caller, his protection that he bought was at 79. So he has no further loss under 79 by use of the caller. And the caller's even signified on here by this box. This box is where the call strike is and where the put strike is. So anyway, that's his maximum loss is 79 on this trade. And it worked out because the stock's at 73 right now. So yeah, that kind of stuff is definitely interesting to me. We're going to keep looking at that kind of stuff. Basically, the only thing new that they're kind of doing is the butterfly and broken wing butterflies on Hood. I can show you that trade too. That's kind of interesting, I think. So this is Robinhood, and they did a delta neutral trade, which is a butterfly with calls. Yesterday it was centered. They recentered, what's called recentering the butterfly. No, that's not it. Well, I thought I saved it in here. It was centered on the 32.5 strike yesterday, and they moved it down to the 30 strike. So, and it's one of these broken wings where one wing is shorter than the other. What that does, it puts no risk or less risk to one side. In this case, it's less risk. On this trade, he's rooting for, and this is between now and when it expires, the 15th, Robinhood stock to stay in a range between down 5% and up 5% approximately. And this trade makes money. So, and like I say, he had it a little higher yesterday and he rolled it down. It's called recentering it. And these are great trades for anyone to do. We'll have some content on butterflies and broken wing butterflies. I really like those trades. They're similar to the loaded dice trade. They're really good trades that are easy, like hitting for singles in baseball. It's an easy play. So that was good. Great job there. Other than that, on the Trump trade, the Trump trade is, I can show you what he did there also. It took me like a half hour just to figure this out. This is a gigantic trade, and Jay's killing it on this trade. All right, so I saved it as the ULT rollout. So what they did, they did have a three-legged spread. They had a 20 put that they owned. And then they had another put that they had a 20 put they were short. They had like a 45 put that they owned, and then they were short a call. Well, they covered all of those, and they didn't reinitiate the 20 put. They just left that. So they covered those, and they rolled into a short call, long put. So they rolled it into a caller because they also have the stock. So Jay still hasn't sold the stock. So let's see what DJT's doing, and it's down a lot today. I told my people to get out yesterday, which looks like good advice of that trade, the Uber MAGA bull trade, to get out, and I put him in a less bullish one. So that's looking like a good decision because the price is coming back to earth. So anyway, Jay will probably, just like he adjusted that broken wing butterfly where he recentered the strike from 32 to 30, he'll probably just follow this thing down. That looks like that's kind of what he does. So that's good to know also. All right, guys. Well, let's see if there's anything we can look at as far as YieldMax goes, just the general YieldMax universe. Now, these are easier because these are all bullish. There's no exotic strategies. There's nothing delta neutral in here. You just want high prices. Higher prices is good, and you want the high yield fund to outperform the parent if possible. It's happening in MRNY, and it's not, and it's happening, well, it's happening in MRNY, and it's also happening in Coney. But there's some other ones that have good performance, very good performance. Look at GDXY catching almost all the upside. I think the covered call spreads are definitely an improvement. I like Alti. I like following the strategies. I'm just not going to follow the trade detail. We'll check in on Alti one more time. It's still up 1.5 points. Now the all of the funds together, the average for all of the stocks is up 1.44. And that's a little bit misleading because some of these, they don't even have the shares, but they have like a bull put spread or something. They're bullish somehow in all of these. So all right, guys. Well, maybe I'll be back at the end of the day. I'll work on this update, and maybe I'll be back at the end of the day. All right, guys, I'm just trying to drill down to just get the information that we need so I have time to take Jax for a walk and do other stuff. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Have a good day.